This character is probably the one and only character to make me this conflicted in the history of HSR. I low-key don't even know what to do, which is why I skipped V1 kits in hopes of V2 bringing major changes, but it seems to not be the case. Can't stall forever, so today I'll be commenting on Dahlia's kits. But before that, let me introduce you to the best platform for recharging Stellar Jades, LD Shop. On LD Shop, you can purchase Stellar Jades at an extremely cheap rate compared to in-game. Using LD Shop, you can save up to 33% or even more when recharging your Honkai Star Rail accounts. Today, I'll be buying this Jade pack that only costs $39.35 compared to the in-game price of $50. All you need to do is give LD Shop your account's UID and region, send your payment, and the Stellar Jades will be sent straight to your account in less than a minute. On top of that, if you recharge up to $80 in a month, you can get a supply pass for free straight from the website, which can be treated as another $5 discount on any purchase. Even if you use VPN method, you can never get a cheaper price than LD Shop with the free supply pass. There's no reason to not use this website. People who say there are risks to doing this are complete idiots that don't know how it works. I swear on my channel's integrity that you will not be banned or scammed. Don't forget to register using my link in the description for an extra 15% off coupon. I hope you would recharge on this website after registering using my link because that's the best way to support my channel as YouTube's ad revenue is genuinely horrendous. Anyways, Dahlia is meant to front-load break DPSs by letting them do super break damage without even breaking the enemies, kinda like how Kafka does it for DOT. Outside of break teams, you can probably make her work with Akron and maybe Facial because of their universal high toughness shred, but then the results will be lackluster compared to their actual team anyways, so it's just meme potential. In break teams, she replaces Rame even in sustainless since 4th slot is better off with HMC, assuming you aren't running RMC already for some reason. Since 100% of people run RMC, Rame is probably only replaced in teams with sustain. That's actually one of my problems with Break and by extension Dahlia, the over-reliance on HMC. Since RMC is so broken, being forced into running HMC is actually a negative more often than not. The MC has become a ridiculously valuable resource unlike in 2.x, so one of the most free teams in terms of opportunity cost is now one of the most expensive ones. The other problem is the fact that Break as a whole is high floor low ceiling due to how the archetype works and how they scale with relics. The only one that could potentially be an exception is Boothill because of his gameplay scaling really well with player agency. Rappa can sometimes surpass this level of player agency as shown in my E0 Rappa 0 AV clear, but it's inconsistent. She doesn't showcase this level of intricacies everywhere, unlike Boothill. That's why Boothill was the only break DPS that could get the variable dice at a reasonable investment with no wheelchair, which is the bare minimum passing grade for a DPS. Now, there wouldn't be an issue if Dahlia is designed to specifically buff Boothill and maybe a bit for Rappa, but it seems the other two DPSs are getting a buff but aren't getting the full buff. The one who is getting shielded by Dahlia is Firefly, the original Sin, the character with 0 player agency and 0 relic scaling, and the fine end of 2.x. There's literally a trace in her kits that says when specifically buffing fire element character, regenerate 10% energy and specifically cap it at 50%. This is legit because Firefly is, well, fire elements, and she only needs 50% energy by the time her ult ends since she regens the other 50% in one skill. It's actually shameless what Hoyo is doing. This character is meant to be an overall break buff, so they should just buff break as a whole and not have a dedicated trace. This is almost as bad as Ceredra with the departed shenanigans in beta. As for how much Break actually got buffed as an archetype, despite being able to front-load break damage, the front-loaded amount is not even half of what they would normally do to an enemy when broken. Firefly is obviously still going to remain as Fireflop, losing to Aglia, Casterus, Anaxa, Evernights, and more 3.x DPSs on the next anomaly boss. This is especially bad because that boss is specifically shilling her and Break as a whole, as they literally tried to reduce crit damage taken by over 40%, and reducing overall damage taken too when not broken by a decent bit. And yet, Break can't reach 3.x levels because Dahlia's kit isn't specifically designed to buff the strongest Break DPS Boothill, even if he does benefit from it. It's really a shame because Dahlia as a character is really beautiful. That's the main reason I'm conflicted. I'll still be pulling her because in terms of look and especially in terms of assets, she power crept literally everyone. Even Aglia cannot compete with her in that regard. Literal succubus design with long black hair and the best body cannot be beaten. A mommy among mommies. And yet, they try to make her buff a bricked character. This is the most unfair bullshit like none that has ever come before. I'll never forgive Hoyoverse for this atrocious shit. I'll still try to make her work with Akron, but my hopes are low. If only she was burned DOT instead, the world would be much better off, but alas, I can't always win. Siren was already a huge win, so this is duality slapping me in the face. Honestly, Hoyo should just give up on that cheap whore Fireflop since Siren is canonically the true wife anyways. All in all, peak design, best in the game. Love Dahlia, but fuck the direction her kids is going in.